Reddit, what is a really inappropriate question you've always wanted to ask? If you teach a special education class and a student is late to class, can you call them tardy? Holy sheep.
What do you call them the second time they do it? Retardy. When guys pee at a urinal, do they pull just the shaft out, or the balls too?
I would laugh so hard if some guy had his testicles hanging through the front of his zipper.
Just the shaft.
Only my balls. Well, yeah, pee is stored in the balls. If future archaeologists exhume the corpse of a woman with breast implants, will there be 2 silicone lumps resting on top of her rib cage?
Everything is biodegradable. If you are patient enough.
I've wondered this too. Glad to read that my titties will be intact, much longer than the rest of my body.
Do deaf people worry about farting too loudly?
I work with a deaf guy, he doesn't know he farts loud. He thinks he's sneaky, but I can hear him from the other side of the room. Haven't figured out how to tell him though.
Sign language would work.
Uncircumcised men of Reddit. Do you ever hold your foreskin together and then urinate to make a pee balloon and then let it go so it explodes everywhere?
Only once. It got me banned from the toy store.
Used to, when I was younger, I thought it was funny. I had a coworker that was cross-eyed, and I always wanted to ask what eye I was supposed to look at, but I was always scared of asking in case she was self-conscious about it, and I would come off like a dick.
The one that looks at your face. Or just pick a facial feature, and when you have to talk to them, just focus on that feature, like their mouth, if you feel uncomfortable.
Good rule of thumb is to try and look at the spot between people's eyes, no matter if they both point the same way or not. Nervous people will look from eye to eye, and it's hideously disconcerting. Is it a common issue for your poo to get cut in half by your butt because you can't squeeze the last bit out in one push? I do this almost every time, not intentionally of course, and it makes it quite messy to clean up, and I have to use what ends up feeling like an above-average amount of toilet paper. Are your poos clean, relatively? How many wipes do you require on average?
Really depends for me. Some days I have perfectly clean, easy poos that leave no mark on the paper. Other days I have what I call sticky poos. They'll either leave a mess behind or there will be a little pea to marble-sized poop nugget stuck to my butt. I try and pinch this off with the paper before wiping, and it almost always fails. I have to wipe like 3 to 4 times, that is, 3 to 4 fresh wads of toilet paper. And even if it looks clean, it's usually not. And on days I have these sticky poos, I usually end up pooping 3+ times a day. On average, I seem to have a good clear out of poop every few days, so it builds up. But so much wiping leads to a raw butt, combined with the bits of poop I've clearly missed. My asshole will be so raw that even when pee runs back towards it, it stings like a lemon in a stab wound. I hate it so much, and I eat a relatively good diet with plenty of vegetables. So I dunno what's up. My solution though: wet wipes. I carry around a Ziploc bag of wet wipes in my jacket pocket, so I always have them wherever I go. Saved my ass so many times.
Have you considered using a poop knife? Oh, God.
When police are in a chase, do they still follow the 20 miles per hour speed limits at schools?
When emergency vehicles are using their lights and sirens, they can pretty much do anything they want, as long as they're acting with due regard for safety.
Get the F out of here, kiddos.
Not really inappropriate, I guess, but how do people make friends post-high school? Not even dating, which is a whole different animal in itself, just making regular, platonic friends. I'm 21, dropped out of college, so that's not an option. I have one coworker at work who hates me, and most of my hobbies are online. I know meetups are a thing, but honestly every time I go to an event alone, I have no idea how to approach people and end up leaving early because I'm just standing there not talking to everyone. I want to go to bars or something, but I don't want to be that weird dude just drinking alone. It's like you need friends to make more friends and get dates, but I don't have any to begin with. I'm kind of struggling with this too. I'm 20 and just dropped out of school. 6 months ago I was in a popular fraternity and had a girlfriend, and now I'm a dropout who works at a bar. I haven't kept in touch with anybody, so I kind of had to start from scratch. But I found the music scene in my town and I've met a lot of people through that. It's been nice. I think just finding a community of people who share interests is the key, and you have to actively contribute to that community. I'm 27. It only gets harder. All of my coworkers are in their 40s and have kids. What do midget or dwarf cock and balls actually look like?
Dwarfism is generally a skeletal condition. The penis isn't a part of the skeletal system, and thus is no more likely to be small than any average height man. In fact, their genitals often look larger than they are because of the size relative to the rest of the body.
That makes total sense. Thank you for the ELI 5. Now I'm thinking about Peter Dinklage, thanks. My penis is 3 inches off the ground. And also 3 inches. Gold. Why don't humans have a mating season? It's between periods and for my wife, right after tax season. We do. They're called the holidays. They do. It's called prom and spring break.
It's called Valentine's Day.
This would really help me. When women are on their periods, is it a constant flow? Or like an urge to pee? When do you know to change your tampon? Just had my second daughter and I'm terrified that there a 5% chance I have to address this in the future.
It's nothing like an urge to pee. Unlike with a woman's urethra, where the pee comes out, her vagina, where the blood comes out, doesn't have the muscular apparatus to control flow. It's usually a steady flow of varying strength, depending on what day of your period it is. With the caveat that if you sneeze or cough sometimes it spurts out. I can't speak for all women on this last one, but when I wear a tampon I also wear a panty liner, which is like a really slimmed down pad that can't hold much fluid. When I go to the bathroom and see red on the panty liner I change the tampon.
I'll reply to this as well. As someone who has a heavy flow, it just feels like you are leaking. Like if you have a runny nose but it's down south. The longer it goes on, the less you feel like you are leaking, but oftentimes if you are someone like me, it's hard to tell if it's still going or if you are sweaty. Course, keeping this in mind, if you have regular periods it's not the hardest thing to keep track of. When it's either 3 days, a week, or anything between, it's better to be safe than sorry.
How do I cut the hair around my ass?
With nerves of steel and precision.
In all seriousness, women also get hair around their ass. You can shave it pretty easily, since it usually is more fine than your standard pubic hair. I would suggest while in the shower using either shaving cream or even a lotion of some kind. I use my conditioner, lean down forward, in your case I'd say cup your balls and dick to hold it up and out of the way, then reach back between and slowly run the razor over the area around your ass. It works pretty well for me.
In all seriousness, electric clippers work wonders for both business ends.
All I could imagine are a bunch of razor cuts around my ass. Walking or sitting would then be both painful and awkward. What do blind dudes beat off to?
There's actually porn videos out there, specifically for blind people, where someone describes in detail what's happening in the scene.
Does it come in Gilbert Gottfried's voice? Asking for a friend.
Oh god, yes. He slides his throbbing enlarged penis into the pussy, dripping in moisture like a person with the cold.
Do penises get pruny after being in water for a long time? Yes, but not as much as the fingers. Mostly just ahead of the penis. I haven't noticed that. I'll be back tomorrow with my analysis. If you're uncircumcised you can do the penis balloon and make it a 2-for-1. Penis balloon, elaborate please. Why the F are girls comfortable in short shorts? My boxers are longer than most girls' shorts. I swear it would be super inconvenient.
Women don't have dangly things like cocks and balls.
This is the most correct answer. Girls have their danglies on the inside.
Wait, they don't? Shoot, I knew there was something off about my girlfriend.
Are you in Thailand, by any chance?
Like, comment, and share. Reddit Story Topper. Subscribe now.